Hello guys, my name is RGM, your Random Gaming Maniac, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And today, I want to talk to you about loadouts. So, what are loadouts and what do they do and what are they for in Wild Rift? Now, the aim of the channel has always been to provide information, especially to those who are looking for guides and tips on how to play a certain type of game. Because that's also the kind of gamer that I am. I go into a game, I try to play a game, and if I like it, I do a lot of research on it so that, you know, I would perform well on the game, whether I spend or not. I make sure that I know at least the basics of the game and its many systems, just so I could, perform better and play better, become a better player overall. Especially in these types of games where it's a basically a community-based game, right? Same as MMOs, where you could interact with people. In Wild Rift, you actually play with people as well. Not as many as in an MMO, but it's actually more competitive in that type of spirit. So the aim is to help you out, guys. And if you're new to the game or if you're new to the entire genre, so I'm here to provide tips and guides for you all. So about loadouts, it's here located in the third icon in the lower left. So when I click on here, the loadouts, and you can see actually loadouts are presets that you can use that are basically tied to your champions, right? As you can see here, there's items, there's runes, and there's spells. So you could customize all this, and you could actually select a preset from here. You could rename those as well. I haven't done so. As you know, I've just started this game, playing this game a few days ago. So I'm still learning. I'm a bit rusty when it comes to MOBAs, but I recall a lot of these champions and items and spells from League of Legends from way back. So in items, you could actually customize the items that you want, um, and basically the order of the items that you put in here in the item build below, the order of this from left to right actually determines the suggested items when you gain gold during the game. So when you're farming during the game, when you gain gold, when you reach a certain threshold for the amount of these items, so it goes into your left side of the screen where you could see your items, and then when you go back to base, that's when you could purchase your items, and they are recommended from left to right. Of course, you can use the in-game shop as well to if you want to, let's say, rush a death cap, for example, right? So here are the items again. So they're categorized according to physical, magic, and defense. Boots have a separate menu on their own. Boots are very important in the game. I usually just buy boots as my second or third item, even because mobility is very important in MOBAs. You could also click on a item right here. For example, let's go to magic and let's bring right here. And you could click on the right tab here on the right side, and you can see the build path. These are the items actually that um, you need to purchase before you're buying this final item. So your typical MOBA item build up, right? As you gain gold, you gain access to that. So you could customize this by clicking on an item right here and then placing it on any of the items below. For example, the void staff. Let's start different scepter. So red ice crystal scepter. If you want to change that here, you could replace that here. For this one, you tap on this small icon, the uh, the one with small arrows right there. So you don't have to save any. There's no save button. It just automatically remembers whatever it is that you're um, changing in your loadouts. So that's one important thing to remember. um, you could always go back to the default. There's a default setting right here. Actually, it's a default loadout, but you could also change that back. And so the items, if you have the time, there are other resources about the items. I don't need to go through everything. If you're new, there's recommended. These are recommended already by the game, and you could just simply follow them so that you could get a grasp of what's good and what's not. And for the most part, you could actually follow these builds. For tanks, they tend to usually use defensive items as well as supports. There are magic items that also supports can use. Uh, so it basically depends on the champion that you're playing. If you're playing a jungler, you get jungle items, items with lifesteal and all that. And for if you're building, of course, a mage, so you need things that increase AP or ability power, and reduce cooldowns, and maybe even spell vamp. Spell vamp is the AP version of lifesteal. Lifesteal is for attack damage champions. When you hit something, you gain health back. For spells, that's spell vamp. When you cast a spell, you gain health back. Oh, okay. So for runes, this is actually different from what I remember in League. So in the old League of Legends, you buy your rune slots, and you buy your actual runes, and you put them in your rune pages. So this is a different system wherein you have access to just one of these um, keystone right here. It's called the keystone in this game. So you could only select one, and you have a bunch of options right here. So there's general description right here in yellow text. So these last two items right here, font of life and kleptomacy, you actually unlock after level 10. So these are more of team team based abilities. So keystone runes, they have already have an effect at the beginning of the game. So they're like permanent buffs to your champion. There are three minor runes here in below. So you could they have their own categories. So you basically have to choose uh, one from each category. So a domination rune has these set of runes right here. You could browse through them when you're in the game. So basically, it depends on the champion that you're using. Again, the last two runes here are unlocked after level 10. The actual choice of runes are unlocked after account level 6. So it's pretty early. So you get to choose a lot of different runes and abilities from the get-go, and it's fairly easy to remember, right? And mostly they're when you as you play throughout the game, as you play your favorite champion more and more, and you play different champions as well, you get to have an idea on which rune sets actually work for them best, right? For attack damage champions, you have a different kind of item set, of course, and of course different set of runes that are more suited to them, right? I have to mention that there's only 5 here on the lower left. The game actually chooses to display your last 5 used champions, I should say. So the last 5 champions that you used, that you played with. You could actually select another loadout here. change champion, and it actually moves your champion pool to the right. So if I click on RE right here, so the list of champions goes one place to the right, and you could still go back and the game still remembers the loadouts that you used for the other champions, even if they're not displayed here. It's just that the game displays your five most recent champions right here. Probably you have a favorite champion or a champion on every role, right? So it's a good idea to that the game places it here so that you could have easy access to the favorite champions that you're using. But you could always press this sixth icon right here and choose the champion that you have. So as you can see, I still have a lot of champions that I haven't bought yet. I could buy a few. I'm still trying to gauge whether I would like to buy uh, Jax or Malphite. Probably, I'll probably buy both. I can buy both. Um, and let's go to summoner spells. So summoner spells. Let's go back to Lux. Summoner spells are the two spells that you bring in the game. So they have different effects. Mostly mages just use ignite. Um, as you can see, it deals true damage. It even has Lux as an example. But the way that I play Lux, it's kind of different. Lux is a very much long range, and Ignite has this very small range right here, as you can see in the demo. Um, so with the way that I play Lux, I don't really get to use Ignite that much, so I'd rather use Ghost. If you're playing Lux as a support, there's an option right here, the second loadout. Pre-made loadout is named Enchanter Mage. It is actually semi-support type of mage, because you could play Lux as a support, with your marksman, and she's very good in protecting your marksman. She has a bind, and she has shield, and of course she has a slow in her third skill. So those are basically, that's what loadouts are. There's more to it, depending on the champion that you have, and as you play your champions, again, you could mix and match the items that you have. You could play right away and with these presets, and as you play, you could get to choose to change them as you wish, right? For example, I think Yi has a different yeah, there's a jungle fighter, there's a crit fighter. Yeah, he has a semi different kind of spells and different loadouts, different item sets. So again, that's pretty much it. Loadouts are presets, and you could customize them to your liking. And as you get to know your champions better, you could choose whether or not these presets are fit your playstyle, and you could change them accordingly to have a better gaming experience. And of course, you could experiment with a few what works best with you. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's just a quick video explaining what loadouts are, how to use them, and what items are, runes and spells and effects, and that's it, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and stay safe, everyone.